Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I am really excited to share with you. We are doing a finale on my project pan, my year-long project pan that I have going on, which is the 2019, Use 19 and 2019. So today is actually the first of 2020, which is crazy. And I have all 19 products here to talk to you guys about and see how good I did on this project. So yeah, if you guys haven't been following, pretty much every year since I started my channel, I've done one of these year-long project pans. I really enjoy picking products to kind of focus on using up. It's something that's always been kind of fun for me. I like little challenges like that and reminders to use things throughout the year. So I've always enjoyed doing these. Last year I did pick out 19 products to try to use up, and I have them all right here with the exception of one actually. So there is a liner, an eyeliner. It was a Sephora collection roll-up liner. I can't find it. I don't know what I did with it. So I've actually been looking for it for like the last month because obviously I was trying to use it up in the project and I really enjoyed the liner. So I've been wanting to use it so that I could get it used up, and I haven't been able to find it. So I don't know where that little guy ran off to, but hopefully I'll find him. But for now, that one's not going to be here. So let's start, as always with my project pan updates. I like to start with what was finished as of my last update. In case you missed my last update, it's just kind of a quick recap, what I already finished. Then we'll get into what I've finished since my last update, and then finally anything left over. So there were 7 products that had been finished already as of my last update. The first one is from Almay. This is a 5-in-1 primer. I really enjoyed this primer. I had no problem using this up. I used it up like mid-year, I want to say, and I enjoyed it. So that one was done. I also finished up this little baby primer. This is from Peter Thomas Roth. It is the Skin to Die For primer. Just a little sample size, but I was able to finish that one off this year as well. The next thing that I finished was another complexion product. These are easy for me to finish off, these complexion products, because as long as you're using them regularly, you can get through them pretty quickly. So this is from Lancome. It's the Tante Idole Stick Foundation, which I love. I did go ahead and scoop out everything that is inside there. There's quite a bit of product underneath. Once you get it flat, scoop it out because you'll get a lot more use out of it. So I did already do that, and this guy is done. I had also finished off this concealer from NARS. This is the Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Chantilly. Really like this one for the winter especially. It's really nice and brightening underneath the eyes. And then I finished off this NYX HD one as well. This is one that I would not repurchase. I would definitely repurchase the NARS one. I've gone through a couple full sizes of that concealer. But this NYX one, I liked the consistency and the coverage, but my problem was I used this up so fast. There was like no product in here. I want to say I used it in less than a month. It was like, where did it go? So I wouldn't buy it again because I don't feel like even though it's cheaper drugstore, I didn't feel like it was worth the price because of how little you get in there. And then I had also finished off this NARS lip gloss. This actually I didn't finish completely. It did go rancid on me, but I finished most of it, so I still felt good about where I was at. And this is in the shade Chelsea Girl, again, just a deluxe sample. Okay, and then the last thing that was already completed was this Cover FX powder. This is called the Illuminating Setting Powder. I did open it up, and again, this was like a travel size version. It wasn't full size, but I did finish that guy off as well. Okay, so that was everything that had been completed previous to this update. Let's get into the stuff that I did finish off since I last talked to you guys about these products. So there's not going to be a lot here. I did finish off this, which is from Rimmel. It's the Stay Matte Powder. It was almost gone already. I mean, it was almost gone near the beginning of the year. I broke it and then I had to repress it, and took forever for me to get around to repressing it. And then once I did, I kept forgetting to use it. But I finally did get in there and finish off what was left. So that one is complete. And that's really it. But I do have some that I'm going to kind of call complete, and some that are going in the trash because they've gone bad. So let's talk about those. So I have a lipstick that has gone bad. This is from MAC. It is the Oxblood lipstick. Is from a collection a long time ago. This I used a lot. I'll show you a close-up. I did use this so much this year, and I feel like I actually used quite a bit, like made a lot of progress from where I started, but unfortunately it did go bad. About a month ago I wore it, and that's the last time I wore it, because when I put it on I was like, ooh, this does not smell good, and then the texture had changed. So I went ahead and took it off, and I've stopped wearing it. So unfortunately, this one also is going to go in the trash, but this is the perfect example of why I like doing projects like this, because I knew this was going to go bad soon. When I brought it into the project, it was still usable, and I used it a lot this year because I knew it was going to go bad and it was going to end up in the trash at the end of the year. So I wanted to get my money's worth and use as much of it as I could before that point, and I did. I feel good about the fact that I was able to get a lot of use out of this and enjoyment before it goes. It's actually not going in the trash because it's going to go back to MAC. But other than that, I'm really happy that I was able to get some more enjoyment from it before it is working its way out of my collection. Okay, another thing that I'm just gonna call completed, because I actually did hit my goal for it even though I didn't use it up all the way, is this Huda Beauty mini palette. This is in the Warm Brown Obsessions. My goal for this palette was just to hit pan on one powder, which I did, and I actually almost finished up this powder completely. I'll show you guys a close-up. And then I almost hit pan on this one. I was so close, but I didn't quite get there. So let me show you what I did do. So this is what it looks like now, and it actually has, you know, it looks used now. When I first brought this in, it looked brand new, and most of my palettes in my collection do, because I have so many and I'm so good about rotating them. They just don't get a lot of use each palette. So I was really happy I was able to make this progress. I feel like that was pretty good. So I did hit my goal on this, so yeah. Okay, moving on to a couple things that I kind of stopped using because I disliked them and they're going in the trash now because I don't want to continue using them. The first one is this one from Ole Henriksen. I actually do like the spray, and I could take the time to move it to another bottle, but I did use a lot of it. So the problem with this is that the pump got broken, and so every time I went to spray it, it just ended up oozing out on the sides, and it does have a little bit of a stickiness to this spray. So it ended up getting really sticky and gunky, and it just made it where you didn't want to use it. So anyway, it's hard to show you guys, but yeah, that broke. I stopped using it. I mean, I still was using it, but I wasn't using it as frequently because I wasn't enjoying using it. But I'll show you, I actually did still use a lot of it throughout this year. So it's to here now. So less than half. I think it was over half when I started. So I did use quite a bit of this, and again, it's just a deluxe sample size. I feel like I got enough use out of this to feel okay with just letting it go now. Okay, another thing that I stopped using because I just stopped enjoying it is this pencil from Pure. This is the 5-in-1 pencil. I actually really liked one side of this, which was the micro pencil. No surprise. That's what I use in my brows all the time. Whatever brand it is that I use, I always prefer a micro pencil. So it took me no time to get through that side. However, the other side is the triangular, more like thicker pencil. I find these just really difficult to work with my eyebrows. I have very thin brows, and I just find that I don't like the way they look. Let me show you how much is left. So that's how much is left, quite a bit of this side. And I did try to make it work. I did use it a lot more than I would normally use a product I dislike, just trying to make it work for this project, but I gave up on it. I just didn't like the consistency. And it wasn't just the thickness of it, the fact that it felt harder to use, but also it was very waxy. So when I would put it in my brows, I felt like it would make my brows almost kind of sticky, if that makes sense, from the waxiness, and then there wasn't a lot of color payoff, so I don't know, it just felt weird. I didn't like the way my brows looked when I used it, so I pretty much stopped using it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it because I used what I wanted out of this pencil, and I wouldn't buy that pencil again for that reason. Okay, just one more thing that is going in the trash, and it's not that I disliked this, I just found it extremely difficult to use. This is from Too Faced. It's their Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I had this in my project for 2018, and 2019. And I did almost finish it up. It's broken, and I just dumped what was left all over my lap, but I'll show you if I can. There's just, I can't show you. There was a tiny bit left, but like I said, it broke and then it just became so difficult to use. And this powder is so old now, I just feel like I used what I wanted out of here and I'm ready to let it go. And I did use this a lot. Like I used this so much in 2018 during the time I had it in that project, and I used it so much this year as well, up until the point where it broke like maybe 2 months ago. I was using this all the time. So again, I feel like I got definitely my money's worth out of this little guy. Too Faced products, I've said it many times, but I'll say it one more. They are so hard to pan because they are so densely pressed. So you get so much product in here. It's definitely like a good value. Okay, so that leaves us with 4 products. Let's get to the last 4 that did not quite get used up, and I'll just tell you my thoughts on them. These are gonna stay in my collection. These are things that I'm not gonna get rid of, unlike most of the rest of what we talked about. But the first one is the lipstick I'm wearing today, which is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in the shade Caramello. I didn't quite finish this up because I had another lip product, actually a couple lip products in this project, but also because I've just been staying away from liquid lipsticks a little bit. I feel like they're kind of uncomfortable to wear. This is one of my favorite formulas. I do feel like it's a little bit less drying, but I still don't wear it very often. So I'm gonna keep it for a little bit longer. It hasn't gone bad. I still enjoy the color, so I will hang on to that one. I mean, it's a little guy too. I don't feel like I have a lot left in there. Okay, the next thing, I've been using this like crazy, but there's just so much in here. I didn't quite get through it. It's the Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold lifting firming cream. It's basically like a cream highlighter is basically what it is. I really do enjoy using it. I feel like my favorite way to use it really is all over my face underneath a matte foundation, because I feel like the combination of the matte foundation and then this very shimmery highlighter just gives you like the perfect amount of glow. So I did use that quite a lot, especially in the summer, because it does add a little bit of a bronzy glow. So in the winter it was a little harder to do that without looking orange. So anyway, I do like it though. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep using it. All right, the next thing was a foundation. This is gonna be really hard to show you because this does not settle down on the sides whatsoever, but this is the Stellar foundation in the shade, I had the shade S03. The shade was the only reason I wasn't able to use this up. It's not a great match for me most of the year. I can pull it off in the summer. It's just a little bit too dark for me. But in the summer I can pull it off when I have more of, you know, more color to my skin. But most of the year I can't make it work. So I wasn't able to get through it. I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup this summer. Amelia was born kind of near the beginning of summer. So we were spending a lot of time indoors with a brand new baby, or like leading up to her birth. It was, you know, I was indoors a lot because I was very pregnant, and then she was born, and then we were moving, and it was crazy summer. It was a crazy summer. So I didn't wear a lot of makeup. So I barely used it then, and then I couldn't really use it the rest of the year, so I didn't get through it. I'm gonna say it's about half full. It's really hard to tell again because of the way that it settles on the sides, but I'm gonna say that's about half full. So I'm gonna keep it, I'm gonna keep using it. I do enjoy it. It's more of like a light to medium coverage. I think it's nice. So I'll hang on to that guy. Okay, and then the very last thing is a blush. Now, I knew this was a long shot to try to pan a blush, and I wasn't trying to finish it only to hit pan, but I didn't quite make my goal. This is from Becca. It's the Flower Child. Is that right? Yeah, Flower Child blush, and again, it's just a deluxe sample size. So I thought if I was gonna hit pan on a blush, this was the one to try, but I didn't hit my goal. I did get a lot of use out of it. I do really enjoy this blush, so I'm gonna continue using it and keep it in my collection. But I'll show you a close-up. Maybe you can see a dip. I don't really know. It's hard to see it even in person, so I doubt you'll see it on camera, but I'll show you anyway. So yeah, that's what I was able to use. And what I've learned from this is blush is almost impossible to pan. Yeah, it's very, very hard. I asked you guys last time if any of you have finished a full blush, and a few of you had said yes, but it sounded like you pretty much had to use the same blush every day to make that happen. And I love blush so much. I love to change it up. I think it'd be really hard for me to use the same blush every single day. So I still feel good that I pulled that in because it was a learning experience for me. It's one of those things where you kind of wonder like how many times you have to use a blush to pan it, and now I know it's really hard. So anyway, that is it for this year's project pan. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. I had fun doing this project. I'm kind of on the fence here. So I'll need your guys' advice. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a project in 2020. I don't really know. Let me move this so I can talk to you guys. Hold on. So I'll tell you my hesitation. Obviously, I'm not going to be doing as many makeup videos. I still will from time to time, so it wouldn't be impossible for me to fit it into my filming schedule. But the other thing is I'm going to be getting rid of hopefully half my makeup collection is my goal for 2020. So I am gonna film those, don't worry guys. I know you guys really hate it when I declutter without showing you. But yes, I'm planning to declutter at least half of my makeup. Now that I'm not talking so much about makeup and skincare, it feels a little bit silly to have as much makeup as I have. And I don't use it all, and especially now I'm using a lot less of it because I don't wear as much makeup, or as frequently. I'm not wearing makeup as frequently because I don't work. You know, when I worked at Sephora, we had to wear a full face every day. So I was wearing my makeup a lot more. And now that I don't put on a full face every day. So I am going to be getting rid of about half of it. And it feels like when I have less, it'll be easier for me to just naturally use up more makeup. And maybe I wouldn't need to project things the way that I was. When you have a massive collection, using up product is almost impossible unless you really focus in on it. So anyways, that's where I'm at. Those are my thoughts, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you want to see another project in 2020? I haven't picked out products. I haven't planned it out, but if you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments. So, all right. Well, I think that's it for me today. Definitely, if you're not already subscribed to my channel and you like project pans and declutters, make sure you subscribe because I do have some content regarding that coming up this year. But that's it for me today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.